And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're just, like I said, we want more people riding bikes. We want people to be happy riding bikes, and to have a ton of fun. And we think that, the atmosphere at Crankworks has always provided the opportunity for a ton of fun. And,
Mm.
that's what we want to continue to do.
I think that's interesting. You mentioned that. I think that's something that from the outside as well, looking in, the sport's obviously gone through some pretty big changes the last few months, and I feel like it's gone way more corporate feel with having the Discovery and ESO connection. That's how it feels to me. I might be off, but that's just kind of how it feels. Where I feel like for me, mountain biking is more of a festival atmosphere, more fun, a little bit looser, more other things going on. So, and I know that some athletes as well have kind of said the similar thing to us, Ollie and I on the podcast a little bit, that like it's just going in a different direction all of a sudden, and it's almost taken like a bit of a U-turn, and it's gone this way really fast. Like, but also there was such a lack of information out there. I think athletes were getting pretty, like rightly so, a little bit pissed off of not getting any information about what was going on. So I'd be interested to hear from your side. Obviously, you saw all that happening. And I remember sending you a link actually from a chat that we had with Bernard. Um, all this happening with not much information coming out and stuff like that. I mean, basically, I'm to blame for that. All this, not much information coming out and stuff. How does it work from your side when you're looking at that and then trying to figure out a schedule and trying to figure out your, what you do as a company as well as like a business
Yeah.
decision?
So I'll answer the schedule
Yeah.
question second, but I'll just
Okay.
sort of jump in and say, like, a lot of um, that, like, perception, if you will, Davey, I think is coming from message boards. And
Okay.
like, honestly, we haven't seen a single race yet. We haven't seen a single broadcast yet. We haven't seen anything, and people
Yeah.
are up in arms. It's like, hold on, guys. Like, let's see what the product is. Let's see what the races are. I mean, the team at ESO, and like, I was a part of that team.
Mm.
We did some pretty amazing things for 10 years for a sport that was just happening randomly in spots around the world.
Yeah.
Like, people were having a lot of fun at EWS races.
Mm.
I was fortunate enough to get to race three of them myself, and
Okay.
those are some of the most memorable times I can remember having on my bike. So, at the end of the day, I think people should be patient and give it a chance. I think, yeah. I mean, these are not stupid business people. At the end of
No,
the day,
no.
right? I mean, like, it's a big
I think there is
investment,
that
and
feeling, though, isn't there, that people think that this big corporation, not that Red Bull's not a corporation, but they've come in and they've like upset the apple cart, and it's going to be totally different. I think that is the general feeling out there. That's what like you said, like when you read the message
right,
boards and
but
threads and
that's what the
stuff, it's like,
message people
yeah,
people just love to stir the shit pot on message boards, like, and half the time the message board is the entertainment. Like,
mm,
look at Twitter, and like, it's that becomes the entertainment, and people are like, the more controversial I can be, the more likes I'm gonna get, and the more whatever's, right. Like, it's just, and it's kind of, in a way, um I mean, it is what it is. It's the nature of the
yeah,
world we live in, but it's like, come on, people, it's mountain biking, and it's meant to be fun, and let's see what happens. So that's my
mm,
comment about the first part of that. In the second part, we're finally getting back to our normal schedule, which, COVID disrupted everything. We, since March of 2020, we were all in New Zealand.
yeah,
Um, there was like, COVID was this thing back home where one woman had flown from Vancouver to Toronto, and okay, whatever. Like, I didn't think anything of it. But
mm,
while we were in New Zealand, it started to become a big thing. And that just, like, scrambled everything for us. We, you know, somehow we've managed to keep the lights on the last few years.
Yeah.
A lot of partners have stuck by us. We're fortunate here in Canada with government supports with wage subsidies and stuff, which I know a lot of places in the world did have. But we just sort of operated under a mentality of we're just going to go until someone says no. And over the last couple of years, no one ever did. But we're finally, we had to play out the 2022 season with because you couldn't do anything the spring of 2022. It's crazy to think that even a year ago we were still
so different.
My wife was teaching. Yeah, my wife was teaching from home. She works at the University of British Columbia, and she was, that was her studio, her office right there, behind me here. And so, we had to move, the new stop in Australia in Cairns to October, and then wrap things up in November. So it's really nice to be getting back to our normal schedule, our normally scheduled programming. Of Rotorua in March. We got the summer series that's going to start. I leave in 4 days, then we're doing the Crankworx Summer Series New Zealand down in Queenstown, Alex, and Wanaka, and leading into Rotorua, and then we'll have Cairns in May, and Innsbruck's in its natural that weekend in June. It's been forever, and there's a bit of a change for Whistler this year. Because the world champs in Glasgow are happening in the first 2 weekends in August. And so we're like, we'll shift forward to July, and we're looking forward to it. I'm actually really looking forward to having a month off in August. So
yeah, man, your schedule's hectic. I mean, I know just from even exchanging messages with you, hours are blocked out. It's wild over there.
Just trying to get on the show is a mission itself. Yeah.
There must be. How does it work though with the event sites? Because did you almost have to put them on hold until you knew what was going to happen with the UCI stuff? Because they were late to release their schedule too, right? That was only late.
Yeah,
22.
Yes, but I mean, we have conversations with people that help us, provide information, and March is typically a month when not much else is happening globally, so that's usually pretty wide open. We didn't really know the rest of I didn't realize that the World Cup wasn't going to start until June this year.
It's late, isn't it?
Or World Cup downhill wasn't going to start until June this year. It's all changed the naming, so I'm sure many people are going to screw that up for at least a good 12 months.
Definitely.
It'll be the EWS. No, it's EDR. But it's enduro, so that's what matters.
Yeah, enduro biking.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens in the future. But we do get some insights.
Okay, understood. Did you enjoy this clip? If so, please like and subscribe. The full episode is available by hitting one of the links on the screen right now, or type The Ride Companion into your favourite podcast app. We've even put links in the show description for you. Cheers!